Hey golfers, I'm Drew Mahowald, II Swing Golf, here on the Cobra Tour Truck with Erik Boysen, the VP of Tour Operations with Graphite Design.
Yes.
And so we've done a few of these kind of tour truck or tour van sort of series pieces, but we haven't focused on a shaft company yet. And so the reason that this is really intriguing for me is because you obviously have already said kind of off camera that you work with all the club companies
Yes.
that are at these events. So,
Yeah.
but first of all, just give me a sense of what your weekly schedule or weekly operation is like.
Well, typically at any tour event, there could be 13 trailers. They're semi-trailers, so hopefully you'll see them on the video here. And these trailers are with Titleist, Ping, Callaway, and they stock our product as well as all their equipment.
Yeah.
And these trailers are access for the players to come in and get fine-tuned every week. Each trailer probably has over $1 million just in their own components.
Right.
And then probably, I know we have probably over $200,000 of shafts in each trailer. So
Wow.
we're committed to our partner. They're our business partner, and they help drive sales in the golf industry and help Second Swing Golf sell more clubs. Yeah.
Of course, yeah. So with that said, there's the working with the players and how that aspect of it works.
Yes.
Obviously, there's these players have maybe contracts with the club companies.
Yes.
There really isn't that dynamic with the shaft company.
No.
So how much of a hand, or what type of work do you do with the players, maybe the representatives, as far as that goes?
Yeah, it's sort of an unwritten rule is that if a player plays a certain brand of shaft, they always go to that shaft if they're testing or trying something new. They give us the first shot. So if I'm working with a certain player and they know they play Graphite Design, they're going to offer a newer model or a model that does something differently. Mm-hmm. So if they're looking for more launch or less spin, a lot of the time today they're looking for spin characteristics, windows with the TrackMans or full swings or quads. They're looking for a certain window. So we're able to work with these players with different parts we offer. We offer anywhere from 9 to 10 different shaft profiles for these players to try.
So when it comes to these players testing the products and the shafts, how easy is it for these guys to make the switch, or is it a big process for some of them? Maybe other guys are just like, give me something new.
It just depends on the players. Some guys are quick to it, and some guys try it. They take it on the course. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday are the big days. Usually, you'll see a change by Wednesday. If they don't change by Wednesday, typically that means it's a work in process.
Yeah.
But a lot of the guys, the elite players, I want to say the top 30 guys in the world, typically will try it, but a majority of the time take it home. They want to take it to their home course because they know bunker distances. They just know the course better, and if they see a little bit more distance or if they see a little bit more tighter dispersion, they go, oh, maybe this is something I can play. A PGA Tour player and an elite player can manipulate any shot on the range. It's under pressure and at their home course. They want to see performance. I mean, the needle of difference, how thin it is from elite to great, it's so fine today, and these guys have to have every advantage or confidence in their equipment to win that trophy.
Yeah, so let's talk kind of in the products now. So obviously we got a couple here that are pretty cool, but the different profiles that Graphite Design has, there's obviously a big full lineup of them. Have you noticed that there's 1, 2, 3 of them that have caught on really well with players? Yeah. And I guess what are those most popular ones that you're seeing?
Yeah, I think today our assortment is we have different windows, and you have the DI, which is our sort of high to mid launch, and then we brought out the new VF. This is the hybrid, but we do have it in the driver part. That seems to be our mid launch, and then we have XC, which is a black and silver shaft that's being used. So it's sort of our high, mid, low launch profile. Sure. And then you have to sort of pair it up with hybrid shafts. So if a player plays it in a wood, most likely they're going to want to see it in a driving iron or a hybrid. So we need to pair them up pretty equally. So that's why we start doing IZs and VFs and DIs to match up the parts.
Okay, so rarely then would it be like players won't play, say, the DI driver 3-wood, 5-wood, or all the way down? Or
some do, some don't. It really comes to feel. Some players play it all the way through. Some, like the DI hybrid last year, according to the Darrell survey, was the most played hybrid shaft on professional tours in the world, which is great.
Wow.
So when you give something that, the DI is just such an amazing part. It's 14 years old. It still crushes it. We have some of the best players in the world that wins almost every week somewhere, from South Africa to the European Tour to the PGA Tour. So it's amazing that when we came out with the shaft 14, 15 years ago, to create a shaft that actually launched high and spun low, people were like, how do you, it wasn't really conceived. It wasn't really, we were way ahead of the curve, and that's why that DI today is just stuck to the ground, because it does what it says. And that's where the fitters come in, where a fitter feels or sees a part that achieves a certain thing. That's why we're so confident that players go, oh, you need launch and spin or launch and no spin, let's go to the DI.
So is that kind of, because that's one of the things that's been cool about Graphite Design too, is that you guys, when you add something to the lineup, it kind of stays there. There's not a cycle, so to speak.
It is cool. It is cool, but it is challenging because some players don't want to change. So we have to make older parts, or we have to supply older parts to players that they could probably try something new, but going back to those elite players, some of the best players in the world just don't change. They maybe change driver heads, they maybe change fairway wood heads, but they want that one shaft they always play. So it makes it great, but it's also hard because we want to give them new technology, and some guys are just comfortable with what they have. And that's why they're so good, because they know exactly what it does.
So let's get, kind of as we, I know we've had some pretty good commentary here, and I think I'm just intrigued by your role in this whole, in the landscape of, like, every week these players, best players in the world, getting their shafts lined up. But, when it comes to the I guess the products in general, what is different about Graphite Design, and why is this brand taking off so much with both the best players in the world and also in our fitting bays at Second Swing?
Yeah, I think the quality of our product, we're made in northern Japan, a little town called Chichibu. Everything's handmade, hand rolled. It's an unbelievable process, but I think our quality. I think we use the most amount of flags. Flags are a type of patterns that were used to roll a shaft, and the consistency of it. And when someone's paying a premium price from a hybrid shaft from $280 to a wood shaft for $400, you expect performance and consistency. And I think Graphite Design has delivered that over the years. And our moniker are the stripes. I think when we have elite players that are using it today, some people want to be like that, and they go, oh, I got to try a Graphite Design shaft. I mean, our stripes stand out on TV, and we're very lucky, but it's our quality. That's why Graphite Design, we just stand out in the way we make our product.
Yeah, I mean, there's clearly when it comes to this sort of these premium shafts in the fitting bay, I think our fitters have a go-to. And that is Graphite Design. Well, Erik, this has been great. I mean, kind of getting the behind the scenes as to what you guys do out here. So this is really cool.
Enjoy your visit.
Thank you. Golfers, schedule a fitting at Second Swing and then try out some Graphite Design shafts. It may help your game. So thank you, Erik.
Thank you.